My name is Brittany, and I am the founder of Pearls, Girls Mentoring. Pearls is an acronym that stands for Positively Empowering and Restoring Lady Self-Esteem. We were founded in March of 2020, so very, very new. I have here one of my girls with me, my sweet, lovely Precious, and I'll let her introduce herself in a second as well. Pearls Girls Mentoring and Empowerment Group is a school and community-based neighborhood mentoring agency that goes and we provide sessions to young girls in urban communities. We service girls ages 11 through 14 primarily, and I say that because sometimes we have girls that attend our events that are kind of shy of both ages. So maybe we might have 10-year-olds or we might have 15 or 16-year-olds. So, and the idea really is to kind of promote healthy self-esteem within young girls in urban communities and non-traditional backgrounds. So we have been on a roll since March, and I thought Precious would share a little bit about her experience with Pearls. Even though we're pretty new, she's been riding with me since March at FDR. So I'll let Precious introduce herself.
My name is Precious. I'm a ninth grader, and I like pearls. I never thought I would join a group like this, really. Well, like it got me out. I like it. It gets me out of my comfort zone. It got me closer to people, and it's like I would join it if I was someone else. Like things that I've been doing, like I thought I would never do. Like we volunteered to clean up places. I read like virtual reality. I read to kids before, but like in the pandemic, I wouldn't think like I would be reading to someone's kids. And
So now, what is the acronym again for Pearls, girls? For Pearls?
Yeah, it stands for Positively Empowering and Restoring Ladies' Self-Esteem.
And you just found this, or is this a charter type situation?
No, I just founded it.
Wow! And so you have a passion for seeing young ladies become mature women with boundaries. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
Tell me about some of the boundaries that you teach them.
Really, so I really like to get them to step outside of that comfort zone. So the idea is, again, it kind of started back from, take you a little bit back. 5 years ago, it was an idea from me working at Harvey Rice Elementary School in the Buckeye area and seeing girls just have these issues with each other. So I was thinking like, well, what can we do? Why do they have these issues with each other or whatnot? And I think some of it stemmed from girls maybe feeling like they aren't good enough, so they have to project those feelings onto other people, and possibly that comes bullying and things like that. Or you have people who may feel themselves a little bit too much and may need to bring it down just a little bit. So the idea was really just to have this space where girls are comfortable with each other and building bonds with each other, because just as black girls we already have, and black women we already have targets on our back from society. So why not have a space where we are loving on each other and then just teaching other girls, specifically black girls, how to love on each other and how to like foster healthy relationships. But first that starts with yourself. So the boundaries that I kind of give for them is like to step, like Precious said, stepping outside of that comfort zone, because they're so used to, and it's funny because we just had an event on Saturday and they were all so shy to even say hi to each other. But by the end of the session, they were TikTok dancing and all of the fun stuff that they do together. And I told them then that this is my job, is to really get you uncomfortable, because that exposure is key for them, like exposing them to stepping outside of the comfort zone, exposing them to different service projects, different field trips, different experiences. And that's what Pearls is an experience for them. And we want to get them to grow. And with self-esteem, is not just about, oh, I look good so I feel good today. It's really about how you carry yourself from day to day and how you treat other people. So we want our girls to have healthy levels of self-esteem, that way they're able to feel good about themselves and treat their sister with that same respect. And that's usually that's my approach with it, is this whole experience and different projects or whatnot that they can be involved in to kind of help you know, foster that level of self-esteem with them.
Precious, tell me, how has Pearls Girls strengthened your confidence and self-esteem?
Well, like I had high self-esteem, but like it's helped me help others have high self-esteem. Like I helped others feel confident instead of like not helping. Like
Give me an example of how you can help me feel confident.
well, first I can tell you that you need to love yourself. Don't care about what others think, cause like their opinion it matters, but like it really doesn't. Like you should love yourself a lot, so like their opinions just bounce off of you.
Okay, but that's really hard to do, especially as a teenager, to just let somebody tease you or talk about you or belittle you. Don't you feel like knocking them upside the head sometimes?
Yeah, but you have to like have self-control.
And how are you teaching them self-control?
I don't teach them self-control.
That probably
Well, that's probably for the. Yeah. So how do you teach them self-control?
One of the big things with our crew is that they really teach each other. So, and that's something that I'm very big on too. So with Pearls, like the idea is not for me to always talk at them or talk to them. I really enjoy the bond that they have with each other. So they teach each other these things, but we do have conversations. You know, we do different. We just actually started our first session on Saturday. Throughout the summer, we kind of did what I call like a promo tour where we were just putting ourselves out there. And through that time, they've been able to engage with each other and teach different things to each other. But from my standpoint, it's really just having those intimate conversations with them and really learning them and talking to them about how to have self-control, like Precious said, how not to let people's opinions of you, make you feel any different or make you feel like you're less than or whatnot, because you're not. And it's really just about, to me, like pouring into them constantly. You know, I harass them often, even outside of our normal group settings or gatherings or events that we have. I check in on them weekly, or sometimes weekly or bi-weekly or whatnot. I send text messages of encouragement just to let them know I'm thinking about them or just checking in or whatnot. But with self-control is really, making sure that they understand the consequences behind losing control and not letting anybody throw them off of their own levels of frequency. And we do that with each other by our engaging with each other and talking to each other.
So now here's the elephant in the room.
Mm-hmm.
Boys.
Yeah.
Boys can be a very huge influence in girls.
Mm-hmm.
How do they learn to conquer those kind of situations?
So that is definitely an elephant in the room. And to be honest, it's something that I am trying to figure out how to approach as a leader, as a female, because, I'm only with them for a certain amount of time. The rest of the time they're doing their own thing. But, for the most part, I want them to understand that they should have high standards for themselves as young ladies and not letting anybody, man or woman or whoever, come in and take control of them or make them or help allow them to step outside of who they truly are, who they naturally are. And when it comes to boys, it's tricky because as a teenager, that I remember dropping a couple of young ladies off and they were so excited because there was a couple of boys on the porch. And, I don't like to lecture like that because I have to think about the time that I was a teenager and how I felt when I saw a crush or something like that walking down the street. And again, I think it's just really about reinforcing, like, hey, you might have a boyfriend or something in the 7th grade or whatnot, or 8th grade or whatever grade you are. Making sure that person treats you well. Making sure that you are still able to be yourself, that you have a high level of self-respect, that you don't accept anything less than from any individual, especially young boys.
Right.
So it's a lot. I don't have all of the answers for
Sure,
them, but it's
sure.
definitely just really trying to pour into them what I can, and just really reinforcing, those key values when it comes to being a young lady.
So, with this COVID-19 thing going around and social distancing, I know you all came in here fully PPD'd up with your mask and everything on. What kind of events do you have planned for the Pearls Girls?
Okay, so ours is going to be a bit of a mixture of face to face and virtual. In the education field. So I see that a lot of our students are doing remote learning now, virtual learning. And I know just personal experience that they are tired of it. However, we do want to keep our girls safe. So we are maxed out. We only are taking about 12 girls for this first cohort. And with that, we are doing half virtual and half face-to-face, depending on if the numbers rise or not. We would just have to call it and do it virtual. But we definitely want to make sure everybody's safe. We would never bring anybody into a situation with, the dangerous or unsafe situation. So everybody gets temperature checks,
Right.
PPE, all of that good stuff, if we do face-to-face.
Well, Precious, what is your favorite thing about Pearls Girls?
I like getting out the house, and I didn't like being around people, but like it kind of made me kind of a people person, cause like that's who we are. We are around people, so like more, what?
Social.
Yeah.
If you had to convince some other young ladies that may be watching this, or even their parents watching this, what would be your main reason? I'd like to hear from the both of you, starting with Precious. What would be your main reason to tell them, hey, you need to be a part of Pearls Girls?
One, like, cause I know a lot of people who are like they socially distance themselves, not just cause of the pandemic, but in general. So like, I would tell them to get out of their comfort zone. They should do it. It's fun. Like, it's like a different experience.
Yeah, it's better than a normal experience. Before we get the answer from the director, CEO of Pearls Girls, how do they give donations, and what is the link and all that stuff so we can add it to the broadcast?
Sure. Thanks for asking. So I will throw out that we are having a fundraiser next week at Chipotle. It's the South Euclid location, and forgive me because I forgot the actual number address, but it is the South Euclid right across from Whole Foods on Cedar and Warrensville Center Road. That is from 4 to 8 p.m. next Wednesday. If you go to Chipotle, just tell them that you're there to support the Cleveland Pearls group. We will get 33% of the proceeds. In addition to that, we do have a link on our website, which is www.clevelandpearls.org. That's CLEVELANDPEARLS.org, where we have our Pearl Strive campaign going on. That last tab, you can click on that last tab and it'll take you to where you can donate 5, 10, 15 to 25, or whatever amount that you feel in your heart to give. We also have Cash App, which is a $ Pearl Girly 216.
And if you had to tell somebody about Pearls Girls, why would you tell them to become a part of Pearls Girls?
It'll be an honor for me to work with girls. I'm all about, I grew up in the city of Cleveland, so my heart is with girls from the inner city, just because of the stereotypes that were put on us from people on the outside looking in. So I would say, Pearls is a lifestyle. It's more than just a program. We are building it to be more than just a program, but it's a way of life. It's an experience. I personally want girls to have an experience at every session that we do, through every meeting that we have, through every event. I'll hop on real quick to our community cleanup that we did, partnering with Brand New Youth Mentoring, who's another amazing mentoring group in the city. Precious had and a couple other girls had the opportunity to clean up Union, 116th and Union, and we had a little bit of a conversation around littering, and they admitted that they had littered in the past, but that community service project helped them to really think about throwing trash on the ground and driving them home. You know, they were spotting trash all throughout the way home, and that's what it's about. To me, it's really about that exposure and that experience. So I would just, you know, offer girls, you know, give us an opportunity, come in the group and just be a family. We are family. We definitely don't have a you can't sit with us mentality. Our girls are definitely getting along with each other. They're definitely building bonds and creating experiences for each other as well.
Well, we want to thank you so very much for just coming to KZ Radio and sharing about Pearls Girls. And to all of our Facebook audience and YouTube audience, go to their website. It's there right there on the link. Check them out, donate, and also have your children become a part of Pearls Girls. Until next time, I love you, Jesus loves you, and there's nothing you can do about it.